Foods you shouldn't eat if you have high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, lifestyle changes can have a huge impact on how well you manage it. From starting an exercise program to following a healthy diet plan, small changes in your daily routine can go a long way in improving your blood pressure control. There are healthy habits that work over time to improve your health, while others can have an impact more quickly. Some dietary changes, such as decreasing your sugar and fat intake or increasing your fruits and vegetables, can lead to significant decreases in blood pressure in as little as 2 weeks. What diet should I follow for high blood pressure? There are many dietary changes that can improve your blood pressure. Diets rich in fruits and vegetables, legumes, beans, peas, lentils, sprouts, low-fat dairy products, and lean meats are helpful. Research shows that the dietary changes in the DASH diet can prevent and treat high blood pressure in some people. Foods to avoid when you have high blood pressure. Making changes in your diet and keeping track of what to eat and what to avoid can sometimes be tricky. To help you get started, here are some common foods and drinks to avoid that can raise your blood pressure. How does salt raise my blood pressure? Salt is a problematic food ingredient for people with high blood pressure. So it's important to make sure you don't eat too much of it. This may seem easy enough, but it can be hard to avoid salt, even when you aren't adding it to your food. Without reading the label, it can be difficult to tell if there's actually salt. But many prepared foods and snacks already have salt added in them. Americans eat more than 3,400 milligrams of salt every day, which is above the maximum recommendation of 2,300 milligrams. The American Heart Association, AHA, estimates that for people with high blood pressure, reducing salt intake to 1,500 milligrams a day, less than half a teaspoon, can help improve blood pressure and heart health. If it's difficult to cut salt out of your cooking, focus instead on other ingredients that can help make your dishes taste better. Try using herbs and spices to season your meals and look for spice blends that don't have added salt. Will sauces and condiments raise my blood pressure? When trying to avoid table salt, some people will reach for condiments instead, like ketchup, steak sauce, soy sauce, barbecue sauce, or salad dressings. But if you look at their ingredients, you'll quickly notice that some of these sauces and condiments also have a lot of salt. Red and white pasta sauces tend to have lots of salt, and so does gravy. When choosing condiments and sauces, make sure to read the label and ingredient lists to look for low-sodium options. Do canned and processed foods affect my blood pressure? Many canned vegetables, soups, and other food products are prepared with lots of salt to enhance taste and to preserve the food. When possible, try eating fresh or frozen vegetables or low-salt soups. If you need to use canned goods, you can buy foods with no salt added, or rinse the food before eating to get rid of the extra salt. Similar to canned vegetables and soups, many processed foods carry lots of salt. This includes some frozen products, like frozen dinners and pizzas. When freshly prepared meals aren't an option and processed foods are necessary, look for low-salt or low-sodium versions. Some brands make healthier products for people with high blood pressure and heart disease. Those products may have a heart-healthy designation printed on them and will have little to no salt added. What kind of snacks do I avoid with high blood pressure? Many people like to munch on snacks between meals or at the end of the day. But traditional snack foods such as chips, cookies, crackers, jerky, and dips all have lots of salt. It's the salt, fat, and sugar that makes these snacks so addictive. Instead, look for versions with little or no salt added, or make your own. For example, popular chip and popcorn flavorings such as ranch, salt and vinegar, cheese, and barbecue are all high in salt. Another option is buying plain popcorn or chips and adding your own spices, so you don't have to worry about salt at all. Can eating cured meats and pickled foods raise my blood pressure? Ham, bacon, and deli meats are often prepared by soaking them in a brine bath made with salt water and spices. While cured meats can be really tasty, it's best to avoid them. Avoiding cured meats can be tough, especially during the holidays when you go out to eat or when you're making a sandwich. Sandwiches are really high in salt because bread, cheese, condiments, and deli meat all have salt. It's quite easy for one sub or sandwich to have over 2,000 milligrams of salt. Similar to cured meats, pickled foods also carry a lot of salt. Pickling is a process where food sits in a solution of salt and other flavoring agents to preserve the food and add flavor, texture, and color. Because of this, pickled foods are often high in salt. If you're concerned about your blood pressure, avoid eating pickles or other pickled foods like kimchi and sauerkraut, or at least wash them before eating to decrease the salt content. What effect does alcohol have on blood pressure? Drinking too much alcohol may cause your blood pressure to rise dramatically. The AHA recommends that men drink no more than 2 drinks a day and women drink no more than 1 drink a day. A drink is defined as 12 ounces beer, 4 ounces of wine, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof spirits, or 1 ounce of 100 proof spirits. For people who drink alcohol on a daily basis, cutting back to recommended levels can lower blood pressure by about 5 millimeters of mercury. Alcohol may also interact with certain medications. If you are taking medication to control your blood pressure, check with your healthcare provider to see if alcohol use is safe for you. Can I drink caffeine with high blood pressure? Coffee, tea, and energy drinks often contain caffeine, which can cause your blood pressure to rise by 10 millimeters of mercury or more, especially in those who also smoke. For people with a blood pressure in the normal range or those who drink caffeinated beverages regularly, caffeine really isn't an issue. But if you have high blood pressure, it's recommended that you limit your caffeine intake and choose decaf or half-caff coffee or caffeine-free teas instead. How does eating high-fat foods affect my blood pressure? Fats are a necessary part of the average diet and provide building blocks for our cells. They are also a source of energy. But it's generally advised to moderately consume unsaturated fats that are good for your body, like nuts, seeds, fish, and avocados, while avoiding the saturated fats that are unhealthy, fried foods, red meats, dairy. High-fat foods directly raise your blood pressure, and they can also raise your risk for developing other problems, like high cholesterol and type 2 diabetes. Amaranth. Amaranth is a nutrient-rich whole grain that may help lower blood pressure and support your body's nutrient needs. This grain is richer in dietary fiber, proteins, lipids, and minerals than many others. Animal studies suggest that amaranth has antihypertensive benefits and may reduce blood pressure. Plus, a 2017 review indicates that increasing how much you eat whole grains may lower the risk of hypertension by 15%. Carrots. Carrots are delicious, filling, and nutritious. If you need another reason to make them a regular diet, here's one. Studies suggest that they may help maintain healthy blood pressure. Carrots contain vitamins, polyphenols, fiber, and minerals, making them highly beneficial for protecting heart and metabolic health. Tomatoes and some tomato products. Tomato products are another healthy food you should include in your diet for lowering blood pressure. Tomatoes contain carotenoids, minerals, vitamin A, calcium, and other nutrients that support physical and mental health and help prevent heart problems. A 2019 study suggests unsalted tomato juice intake may help lower blood pressure in people with untreated prehypertension or hypertension. Likewise, a 2021 review observed that tomato extract might lower blood pressure in healthy people and people with high blood pressure. Broccoli. Studies suggest that having more cruciferous vegetables like broccoli may protect against heart problems. Broccoli contains significant amounts of vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber and may help prevent chronic diseases like heart conditions and cancer. Like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel.